Welcome to Coding Literacy Flakes 27 of 40, JavaScript Part 6 Subroutines. We'll be looking at a coin cost game for a JavaScript finale. So let's get started. First thing we'll do is fire up a text editor, and there it is. I've taken the liberty of structuring it already. There's a HTML version 5. HTML starts there, the web page starts there and finishes there. The head starts there and finishes there, which is behind the scenes or behind the screen. Body starts there, body finishes there, which is in front of the screen. And script on, script off means this is where JavaScript starts from. First of all, we're going to start up a function, so let's do that. Okay, we're going to do a coin toss game, so the function I've called it is coin toss. Functions must have parentheses. The sequence for the coin toss function starts here, with beginning brace, opening brace, and closing brace. In between there's going to be the sequences required for the function to occur. Okay, first of all, what we need with the function is to have some variables. Now, because we're going to be interactive, I've opened up a variable called username, so we need to get the username from the user. We have coin1, which is going to be one of our coins, head or tail. Coin2, they're the three variables I want. Now we need to get some information or some data into those variables. Okay, in coin1, the variable is going to have data that's randomly generated by JavaScript random seed. So that math random chooses a number including 0 and 1 and everything between it. And this is going to round it off. So basically, at the end of the day, it's going to have two choices, either a 0 in coin1 or 1 in coin1. The same applies for coin2. So they're going to end up with a 0 in coin2 or 1 in coin2. The 0 and 1 is important because we're touching a coin, there's two sides of the coin. 0 could be a head, 1 could be a tail. So it works perfectly for us. Now we need some sort of data entered to the username. We need to get that from the user themselves. So up front, in the front end of the screen, in the body section, I'm going to ask the user their name. What is your name? I'm going to call it, going to input box, it's going to be a text box. That box is going to be called name. The element, which is going to be a text box we can call name, and the type of information I want is text. That's a paragraph break to make sure the next part of writing goes underneath it. Okay, let's fix up let's get that data into username. So the variable username is going to have in it whatever they type in here, whatever the user types in there. So document get the element by ID, in other words, find an element, in this case the text box, that's called name. I've called it name, there it is, and add its value. So if I type in Peter, the username is going to be Peter. If I type in Paul, the username is going to be Paul. Okay, so now I've got the coins randomly entered by the computer. I'm going to compare them. Now I'm going to use the if statement. I'm going to select an option of how we're going to print out to the user, the output of the user. So if the coins are exactly equal to each other, now there's double equal sign there, so coin1 is equal coin2, that means compare the two, they're going to be exactly the same. This equal sign here is different. In computing, that equal sign means replace. So coin1, you replace the information in coin1 with the random number, in this case 0 or 1. You replace what's in coin2 with a number that the computer picks out, 0 or 1. This is not a replacement, this is a comparison. So coin1 equals coin2. So in other words, look to see if it's head or tail. Else it's going to be different. They're the two choices. Let's get some information to the user. Okay, so if the coins are equal, either head, tail, then the user can get this information, document right. Well done, their name. You got a double paragraph break for the next part to follow afterwards. If they didn't get a head or tail, then they must have got different. So it's the else section. The else section says document right, sorry, username, whatever they put in there, you did not get a double. That's it so far. Let's have a look at it. So if we were to save this, so file, save as, I'm going to save this as JavaScript 7, and it needs to be HTML. HTML. I'll always type it in. There it is. Save it. Okay, it's done, and we can have a look at it to see what's happened so far. So Chrome, run it, it looks like that. So what is your name? Paul. It's got no information. The reason why it's got no information is because I've got no click button there. There's no way the user can get to the next section. The function toss, coin toss, is not happening here, so I'll make sure that happens. Okay, here we go. So I've got a button there, and what type of button? Well, an ordinary button. So the type of button is going to be an ordinary button. On click, on the mouse click, we're going to fire up the function called coin toss function right here. We're going to fire that off. We'll put a label called toss coins and the end of the button function. So save that. There we go. Go across here. We should give an option. There we go. To the user, type my name, Paul, coin toss, and it didn't get a response. There's something else missing. We'll need to check that out. The problem occurs right here. I didn't close the parenthesis off. So opening, closing, opening, closing. Hopefully that should do it. Let's just check it out now. Replace, refresh, Paul. Okay, and we got that. Sorry, Paul, you did not get a double. So that part's working really well. Okay, let's put some decoration. Let's make it aesthetically pleasing, and I'll put a header up on here. So the coin toss game, it could be a header level 3 on and off there. We should be able to save that, run it over here, and it looks a little bit different. What I might do now is show you that you can mix CSS with JavaScript. This is JavaScript. I'll add some CSS in there just to show you. Now I've put some tags there behind the scenes, the head section. Style on, style off. That means the instructions here are going to have a different coding format. CSS, which is different to JavaScript, which is different to HTML. Okay, let's put some body in there. Let's change the body colors around, and we can do that right now. Okay, I'm going to make the text color white. Actually, should put in the hex code really. All colors are on. Okay, that's white, and I'm going to make the background blue. You can use letters, but the words or the names, but they're restricted, so you should actually be using hex codes. So blue, R, G, B for blue. One, I don't think there's enough there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's just save that. Go across here, and there we go. I've just changed the background, so you can mix and match CSS with JavaScript. Now I want to show you something a little bit different. This is the subroutines. Subroutines are they're functions that other functions call up, and other functions can call up the subroutine functions as many times as they want. It also leads to the higher level languages like object-oriented programming, where you've got different functions occurring for different sprites. We'll see that in Scratch when we do that next. So I'm going to call function, call this function toss. I'm going to toss a coin, and what I want to do with this function is this function here is going to have graphics. So to show you that you can have graphics in JavaScript as well. That's the function. It's going to be a subroutine which we'll be calling up in a little while. Now this subroutine, I'm going to have pictures come up of coins. So I need to call it up though. So in this condition here, up in the first original coins toss function, I'm going to call it the subroutine toss, and I'm going to call it up in the else section as well. So I'm using it several times. That's the strength of subroutines. But I can transfer the variables across. I'm going to transfer the variable called coin1 and coin2, because it's going to compare the two into another subroutine, another totally different function. I'll transfer the variables as well here, coin1, coin2. Now they're going to be transferred across, and then the toss function is expecting them. I'll call it whatever I want now, but I'll call it coin1 and coin2 just to make it easier for us to understand. Okay, so they're going to send off the variable information, and it's going to pick it up and do things with it. So I wanted to do at least 3 things, right? If coin 1 is exactly equal to coin 2, and that's a new sign there, double ampersand means and. That means this condition and the second condition must both be true for this to happen. If it does, it's not true, they're not both true, it goes to the next one. Both those conditions are going to be true for this to happen. If it doesn't happen, it goes to the else, whatever's left over. Now what I'm saying here is that if coin 1 equals coin 2 and coin 1 equals 1, if you think about it, that means coin 2 equals 1. So I'm going to put some instructions in there, and I want to put up some pictures of coins. Okay, this one's different. Coin 1 equals coin 2, and if coin 1 equals 0, that means coin 2 equals 0. So one's going to be a head and one's going to be a tail. So coin 1, if coin 1 equals coin 2 and coin 1 equals 1, I'm going to call that tails, and that means 0 is going to be head. So that means document write, leave a paragraph break. I'm going to put a picture in here of a 50-cent coin tail. There it is there. And another 50-cent coin tail. So I'm going to show two 50-cent coins. The important part now is to make sure that you've got all the pictures you need inside the same folder as this program. I got this from the internet. There's the 50-cent head. If you look below the arrow, it's got PNG. That's the 50-cent tail. Below the arrow, it's got PNG. Got to remember that information. So what I type in here is image source 50-cent tail.png. Look for that picture in my file, and it's going to repeat it. Okay, this one's going to show the head. Same type of thing, but I'm going to show head instead. And there you go. You can see here the 50-cent head as opposed to tail. I've got the image repeated twice, so that's the two images. The last one is they're not the same, so I have a mixture of head and tail in this section here. And there you go, a tail picture showing and a head picture showing. Let's just test that out, see what it looks like so far. It should be it actually. Run the game, type in my name Paul. Okay, toss the coins, and well done Paul, you got a double head. Try it again. Type in the name Mary. Toss. Well done Paul, you got a double, two tails. Type in the name Brett. Toss a coin. Two heads again. Well done, Brett. Been very lucky by the looks of it. I type in the name ASD. Still got it. Either very lucky or I need to check my no effects. There you go. Sorry, STD. You did not get a double. That's it. Thank you for watching.